On that note, we want to thank everyone for giving your time and energy into making this conference a success. May God bless you all. Thank you.
To close our event, please give a warm welcome to the head of organizing committee, Dr. Destina Wahyu Winarti.
Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Education, the head of the PhD program, Dr. Bambang Sumintono, and I think Butati already left earlier because his son was sick, and also esteemed colleagues from the lecturer at the Faculty of Education, presenters, and all the participants, and especially the committee of this fourth conference that really worked very hard to make this conference successful. Give a very big applause to all the committee of the fourth conference. Thank you very much. So finally, we come to the end of the fourth annual conference of Faculty of Education, IIIU 2025. So today is going to be, for me personally, I mean, even though I experience doing this every year, but it's really touching experience that I see all the students are working together, and all the lecturers also, all people, especially also staff that works very hard behind the scene, that I already bothered them anytime with my WhatsApp and they always responded. Thank you very much. And maybe I will come back to be a little bit into academic. Let's recall back what we have learned or discussed during these 2 days conferences, because I think the topics is really timely. We talk about assessment, we talk about equity, and we have 3 very insightful and bright speakers that come to IIIU this time. We have Dr. Joanne, and then also Pak Bahrul Hayat, and also Pak Z, Professor Yansi, that they bring out the ideas how important assessment is. And I also asked the moderator, Pak Furqon, and also Bu Fani, to make some summaries of what we get during this 2 days conferences. And I want to emphasize that again so that everyone can, at least if you forget what happened in these 2 days, this takes away, we can put it in mind as the educators how important assessment is. So in the first day, Joanne emphasized the significance of considering inclusion and also the role of culture in assessment. However, Dr. Joanne also highlights that the culture is not explicitly defined, and assessment are somewhat different among places. So it's then become a question that she put for all of us, maybe for the future research as well, that how culture can actually be acknowledged and incorporated in assessment to achieve inclusion. So that's become a homework either for the future research or you yourself as an educator to think of how this culture being acknowledged and also incorporated within the assessment itself. And then continuing with what Dr. Joanne say in more into cultural to philosophical things, and Pak Bahrul come also with emphasizing or highlighting that already make the summary by Pak Furqon that helped me to do it, that Pak Bahrul summarized that or highlight that the multifaceted threats challenge in education assessment, emphasizing the importance of understanding these complexities, recognizing issues such as bias, validity concern, and the impact of socio-cultural factors is crucial for developing fair and effective evaluation systems. Addressing this threat ensure assessments genuinely reflect student learning and contribute to educational improvement. Prioritizing this understanding is essential for fostering equitable and meaningful educational outcomes. With the first day, we have lots of conceptual things about assessment. Then on the second day, we meet Prof. Zansi that goes more into practical. Then Then also being summarized by Ibu Faradila that the importance of synergizing teachers-directed formative assessment, or we call it assessment for learning, and with student-initiated self-assessment, or we call it assessment as learning. He advocated, or Prof. Yancy advocated for a holistic educational system that enhance assessment literacy among parents and promote students' agency, especially in the context of inevitable AI integration these days. Additionally, he also highlighted that the complementary relationship between feedback literacy and self-assessment, underscoring their collective role in fostering reflective and autonomous learner. So from these three speakers, we then understand, or it reminds us again how important assessment is. It is very challenging issue, yet it is very important and a significant role within the process of learning. Therefore, solving assessment issue is not one solution for a lifetime, as what Pak Yancy said. This is not one solution fits all also, but this is an evolving topic. This is a continuous process for us to keep refining what is the assessment system that we have nowadays and also in the future. And we are hope here as the committee and also in the name of Faculty of Education that participants can get meaningful insights from this 2 days conference, whether during the keynote session or during the panel session that I witnessed lots of fruitful discussion among us. And also I hope you can get also lots of new connection. This is also very important because from this conference, who knows, it might be resulting a new collaboration or future collaboration, whether it's among participants themselves, personal or between institutions. So I think that's what I can say for the conclusion of these conferences. And for your information, next year we're going to have the same also conferences for the 5th FOA conferences, and we're going to have a topic of education and equity. So next year we're going to be, it is going to be convened by Dr. Andar Nubowo, and I welcome Dr. Andar to come forward. Brief ideas, space or whatever, Pak.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Destina. And ladies and gentlemen, first thing first, I would like to congratulate the organizers for having successfully managed our conference, especially Ibu Din, Professor Nurmila, and the PIC for this conference, Ibu Destina, and all Forum Estudia. Yes? Thanks to them, we had insightful and inspiring discussion on the very important topic of assessment and equity in education. And as PIC of the fifth annual conference next year, I'm a little bit nervous. So please get me to the right path to manage well the next conference. And however, I would like to propose a very tentative topic of our annual conference, Education and Sustainable Development in Muslim Societies. So actually this tentative topic will be certainly discussed further with all the Faculty of Education, Civitas Academica. And I would like to highlight why we propose such topic, what relevant is it to our university and Faculty of Education. So firstly, IIIU is like a graduate institution dedicated to advancing knowledge about Islam and the Muslim world. And its Faculty of Education focuses on educational practices, policies, and research within this framework. The proposed topic aligns also perfectly with the mission of decentering Islam, or in other words, recentering Indonesian Islam globally, by exploring how Islamic education can address global challenges like sustainable development, a pressing issue that resonates with both Islamic values and contemporary educational priorities. Secondly, sustainable development is a universal concern prominently featured in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Education is like a key factor in achieving these goals, particularly in areas such as quality education, SDG number 4, reduce inequalities, SDG number 10, yeah, and climate action, for example, SDG number 13. And by focusing on education for sustainable development in Muslim societies, the conference can examine how Islamic educational institutions and practices contribute to these global objectives, making it highly relevant to also to an international audiences. Thirdly, sustainable is a growing focus in education worldwide, and IIIU has already shown interest in related issues or related areas. For instance, the Faculty of Educations, previously last year, or maybe to last year, explored well-being in educational settings last year, maybe, yeah. Yeah, a concept tied closely to social sustainability. A conference on education for sustainable development in Muslim society, therefore, would complement this effort, creating synergies and positioning IIIU, especially the Faculty of Education, as a thought leader in this space. Finally, to sum up, I hope that this topic would gain traction among highly quality speakers nationally and internationally to share and exchange ideas and perspectives in order to make education accessible for all and contribute to the advancement of sustainable future and to the betterment of humanity. Thank you very much and see you next year. Thank you, good afternoon.
Thank you, Pak Andar. So please stay tuned in the website of IIIU or the Faculty of Education to get our latest update, because within the half year of, I say it wrong. So within this next 4 or 5 months, we start preparing it and we start circulating the information about the next conferences, and maybe you can get ready to prepare your papers and submit it to join the conference next year. So representing the committee and the Faculty of Education, we extend our appreciation to all participants. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
It's okay. She will go.
Okay, that's all for us today. Thank you for coming and see you next year.